I would like now to open the floor to Mr. Abdulmanam Zainuddin, who is a specialist in Islamic economy, a coordinator, activist. He will give us analysis about the efforts of normalization that's going on, and he's coming from the liberated area of Syria. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. God bless you all. I came from inside Syria, from the liberated areas. Among a million of Syrian, among millions of free Syrians, I came in order to deliver the voice of the detainees' mothers, martyrs' mothers, father of the martyrs, the voices of displaced people, and the voices of people who their houses demolished, voices of people who survived the chemical weapons of Al-Asad. I am carrying this voice with me in order to say there is no free human could accept the idea of normalization with the regime of Al-Asad, the criminal regime. Stop the relations and topple the regime is unethical human principles rather than being a revolutionary principle. 11 years ago, in 2011, different countries stopped the relation with Al-Asad because he committed few crimes, killing the peaceful demonstrators. After years, after the crimes become more and more, 1,000 times more than beginning of the uprising, how come that the relation get back to the normal with Al-Assad regime? On which base? How can we do this? Where? To the Arab League? How can we have a place for Iran in the Arab League? We know that the Syrian regime is just following the Irani, same like Houthi, same like Hezbollah. The Arab League is as if accepting Iran in the Arab League. The Islamic Conference as well. How come that criminal killed more than 1 million Syrian to be accepted again? Destroyed 5,000 mosques and churches using rockets, all different weapons, barrel bombs. Where in the WHO again, and he's the one who destroyed hundreds of clinics, hospitals, killed, tortured, and doctors and nurses. In the organization to stop the usage of chemical weapons, again, could be accepted again. And he's the one that proved to use chemical weapons in Khan Sheikhoun, in Kafar Zeta, in Sarakib city, in different areas of Syria. In the UNICEF, could the regime accepted in the UNICEF again? And the regime killed thousands of kids and even arrested and still arresting hundreds and thousands of kids. To be in the UNESCO again, and the regime is destroying schools and arrested teachers. This criminal regime cannot be a member but in the garbage of the history. And if the regime is accepted in any international platform, it's an insult to Syrian people and their history. We would like Syria to get back to its feet again, the displaced people to come back again, and to have free Syria again. But how? The constitution should be drafted by Syrian hands, but that cannot happen before setting free all the detainees in the butcheries of Al-Assad. We accept political solutions, but we don't want to waste our time with different baskets on the expense of the political solution. we should start with transitional government that does not include Al-Assad and its government. If we don't do this, what kind of solution can we speak about? Constitution could be drafted after this gang leave the power. Reconstruction could not be done while the barrel bombs is thrown on people. How can the displaced people come back to Syria, and the migrants and the refugees with the Assad regime? Assad regime and even the Syrian democratic forces that displaced also many Syrians. The main solution is to support the revolutionary Syria. Syria for all Syrian, free Syria, save the dignity. Neither ISIS, neither Assad, neither Syrian democratic forces could bring freedom for Syrians. Syria is for Syrian free people. What normalization mean that the country that stopped its diplomatic relation more than a decade ago is contradicting itself. When these countries are getting their relation to the normal, and at that time they said the regime is killing people, so now it's even more and worse. How come that you accept to normalization of relation? Normalization means to support killers, killing, terrorism. This criminal regime, Al-Assad regime, is the biggest terrorist, used barrel bombs, chemical weapons, used all types of banned weapons, different types of vacuum bombs and all phosphoric bombs and all type of bombs, and committed different type of crime against humanity and war crimes. How can we shake hands with Al-Assad while his hand is stained with the blood? Normalization means to accept the Russian-Iranian occupation over Syria. The regime does not have power over decision making. It's more like occupation by Iranian and Russian. Relation with Al-Assad regime means supporting these two occupations. Some countries want to dwarf the Russian rule. So if you want to do so, support the Syrian revolutionaries so that you minimize the Russian and Iranian rule, Iranian rule in the Arab world. This way they will withdraw. We are the one who could take this responsibility. We are the Syrians who are inside. I'm speaking to all countries. We are not fighting the regime. We toppled the regime at the first months of the regime. We have been fighting furiously with the Russian occupation. Now whole world is watching Russia and Ukrainian tension, thinking how many months that Ukraine could resist Russia. But we as a Syrian, we resisted for 10 years and we didn't accept to surrender. I came from among hero people who are holding their weapons, Free Syrian Army that needs support to liberate Syria. But I'm telling you, what is normalization? What does it mean? It means to have normal relation with this criminal regime. It means to encourage the impunity and going away without punishment. Everybody will take that example. Look at this criminal. He killed, he butchered, he displaced people, and nobody punished him. I'm speaking to the members of the Congress who have watched and seen Caesar documents and photos, and it was just a simple example from 2011 to 2013 from military prisons. But while the reality is the whole country is detention center with hundreds of butchers where the skulls is destroyed, membranes are destroyed, all type of torture and even burning bodies. The whole world have seen these photos. It's just an example, not the whole truth. How can we accept normalization with the regime? These photos are witness, and also our martyrs are witness. Show that people who choose to support Syria choose the route of dignity, while the one who supported the regime use choose the route of humiliation. Choose the Syrian people. Syrian people said their words. Syrian people won't accept this criminal regime. Finally, I want to tell the whole world, the whole countries, the whole nations, whole NGOs and organizations, all governments, if the whole world, including its governments and NGOs, to have normal relation with the regime, but we won't accept it. We will fight to the end, even if we are going to be exterminated. Syrian people's voice will stay. We will not accept to be slave. We will build free Syria, Syria for all Syrians. All sects and different groups will be safe without Assad regime, without PKK gangs, without ISIS. We will build free Syria. We will build our country without tyrannies, without criminals in the power. Long live Syria, long live Syria, and down al-Assad and his gangs. And Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you.